dates back to June 2015.
June 2015.
I've just got the documents. I'll be filing a supplementary affidavit. I'll hand over a copy to them. There was a doctor in Alipurduar, Dr. Udayan Mitra. In June 2015, he flagged this particular drug. What happens to this particular doctor? He was targeted. In 2016, because of this complaint that he had filed, that when we are buying it from the private shop to the patients, but when we are buying it, when this is being supplied through the government chain, patients are falling sick. Disciplinary proceedings are started against him, saying that he is acting not in as a doctor should act. I'll hand over the document.
No, we can't answer all these things.
No, I'll file my supplement here. I'm just opening my case today. It's not going to end today. Obviously, your lordships will also call for affidavits. Subsequently, this particular doctor who's a gynecologist, he resigns from his position and now he started his private practice. In Karnataka, in March 2024, this company was banned for 3 years. After being banned for 3 years, the government of West Bengal was also notified by the government of Karnataka. Your lordships are aware of Bellary district. Now in Bellary district, this particular was used and there were deaths. Your lordships will kindly turn to page 27, please. Page 27.
And this was communicated to the Principal Secretary, Health and Family Welfare, West Bengal.
Now, what does the Karnataka government do? Somebody has to take responsibility. In this particular case, it has to be the Health Secretary, Mr. Nigam. No, respondent number 13. Nothing is done. What does the Karnataka government do? Karnataka State Medical Supplies Corporation, KMSCL, starts the departmental inquiry started against the managing director with regard to this particular drug. The Karnataka State Drug Controller, Mr. S. Umesh, is suspended. What happens in Bengal? Nothing. This drug continues to be pushed into the market. Now, your lordships will kindly turn to page 41, please. The state government itself on the 10th of December 2024 asked this company to stop manufacture of this particular drug. If that be so, what was the reason that the government asked them to stop manufacturing it? And why, after stopping them from manufacturing this drug, why was it not withdrawn from the government hospitals? It was only withdrawn from the government hospitals after this public interest litigation was filed on the 13th. On the 14th of this month, after this public interest litigation was filed, the government of West Bengal comes up with a notification saying that this particular company, all its 14 drugs should be blacklisted. Why? If there's nothing wrong with them, why did you blacklist them? If there's nothing wrong with them, why did you stop manufacture?
So this order was passed in January 2025 to stop manufacturing activities.
No, it was passed by the regional office of Siliguri on 10th of December 2024.
Yes. But in spite of this order, they did not stop.
They did not withdraw. The articles, these particular drugs, were in circulation. What did Mr. Nigam have to do? He had to issue a notification saying all the hospitals immediately stop it. Why not? Poor lives do matter. But just because they are poor, they cannot be used as guinea pigs. That even after you are yourself saying stop manufacturing a particular drug, you are allowing it to be pushed into the market in government hospitals. Just because they are poor, just because they can't afford to go anywhere.
December 2024, your client was directed to stop all manufacturing activities.
We have stopped.
In December.
In December. I'm not sure what he should have said is, he knows it very well. I will show the affidavit. This Karnataka blacklisting order was made on the 22nd of March. Karnataka High Court has stayed this on 4th of April 2024. His petition is pending. He knows it.
No. Blacklisting is one aspect, sir. Probably on a technical ground, stay might have been granted. Nonetheless, if the quality of the drug does not meet the standards, or there is reasonable suspicion that this drug caused the death of certain people, then that is a different aspect.
December, we got suspension notice and we stopped after that.
And these 3 batches, when were they manufactured?
That's from where they purchased. That the report will say.
No. As a manufacturer, you will raise the invoice. You should know.
You must know which is the lot, because yes, as Mr. Advocate General said, we are supplying. If we know which lot was used, so it has to be. We stopped manufacturing as of 7th January 2025, which is page 41.
But I'll give you lots of the dates. Of these 3 batches, the first one is, if your lordships can note the batch numbers, 03BF 2288. This is one batch which was manufactured in November 2023. Its expiry date is October 2026. We have received it on 1st of December 2023. The second batch is 03BF2396. Manufacturing in February 2024. Expiry is January 2027. And we have received it on 27th of February 2024. And the third one is 03BF2494. Manufactured on May 2024. Expiry April 2027. And we received it on 3rd of June 2024.
Now we just received information, one more patient has died.
That's the information as far as Karnataka is concerned. They were all tested thereafter at the central drug laboratory and all were clear. I've got the reports. So the Karnataka case is concerned.
They say one more patient died.
Mother and child. Two. Mother and infant. Man, there are two issues, madam. Immediate impact and long-term impact. We have consulted with your doctors. This medicine has long-term impact. Expired saline that affects your kidney, that affects your blood, and it gets contaminated with different impurities, and it affects increase the infection risk. So it's not the case. Today it is administered. Someone is surviving. Tomorrow the problem may arise.
No, this is widely used on all operations and all patients.
My understanding is talking about Karnataka, not only in Karnataka, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan. In all states, this particular company has faced the same issues.
No. We have checked up, my lord. These submissions, please give me this. The states in which they.
Everyone is presuming that this is.
No, these are. I have checked up.
The cause of death has been confirmed to be because of this contaminated IV fluid being administered.
Yes.
So therefore, the question of the state giving them a benefit of doubt, some leniency, etc., or canvassing the case of the
No.
pharma company.
No, certainly not. Certainly.
The welfare state.
Certainly.
So there may be cases where this IV fluid might, or the patient might have been a very, physically fit person,
Right.
and capable of taking up that reaction. But what your learned friend says, it may have a long-term effect.
Well, could I say this, sir? We are concerned about a saline called Ringer's lactate. Now, this is not a prohibited drug. Look, this is widely used in all operations, whether private organizations, whether state bodies, state hospitals, everybody, including me. It was used on me as well. So this is widely used. Now the question is whether please. Now the question is whether it is a spurious drug, whether it is an adulterated drug, whether it falls under the misbranded drug. That is a subject matter which has to be looked into. That is why, my lord, my submission was that it has possibly affected 5 people, maybe more also. But this is not something which the state has administered, which the state ought not to have administered.
No, that's not their case.
That's not the case. Now the question is, my lord, if out of 33,000 of which 30 has been utilized and 5 or 6 persons are affected thereby, my lord, please consider, my lord, whether, my lord, this can be called to be a medical negligence. But the state has to take responsibility. Whether it is a conscious effort to do some wrong or damage to the patient, or it is something which could not be averted, or could have been avoided, there has been some pitfalls here and there. Therefore, on a larger aspect, what I am submitting is that number one, this is not an expired drug which has been administered. Number two, it is not a spurious, misbranded or adulterated drug which has been administered. Number three is this is not a drug which is usually not administered for these 5 patients. This has been administered. These are not the cases. Now it appears that the main bone of contention is that why have you accepted something from a manufacturer who is blacklisted by one of the states? Now, to that, Millard, may I say, Millard, I am not holding the brief on behalf of the private respondent, but to justify the conduct of my client, that is the state, may I say this, Millard, the same drug company, Millard, supplies the same product to Tripura, Assam, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. And the misfortune is that 5 citizens of our state has suffered this. Now, we need to inquire into that. This is not a case.
That is correct.
Yes.
With respect, my lord, with deepest respect, my senior friend is narrowing down the issue. Admittedly, 5% died. The issue is for the chemical degradation, a continuous harm in long term, it will affect their kidney. It will cause infection in their blood. It will cause sepsis. It's a long term issue, my lord.
But the central government has to come out with this policy. How can we, at the instance of one person?
The thing is, sir, we'll draw an analogy.
Yes.
The food safety officer
Right.
goes and inspects an eatery.
Yes.
It's a small restaurant. He finds in the storage or cold storage spoiled meat. He may be selling 100 items.
Right.
What the food safety authority does is immediately seals the restaurant. Not that out of the 100 items which they are selling, 99 are not contaminated.
Right.
No. The test would be whether this place is safe for people to come and eat. Similarly, you took such a long time to issue this notice
10th
of,
December to January.
on
1 month.
14th of January only. See,
More than a
what
month.
should have been done?
No,
You
when
could have
did we-
suspended the operation in forthwith. The moment the patient
Where
died,
is that notice?
pending inquiry, you
Milord,
should-
I'm told that my immediate instruction is, my immediate instructions are, Milord, the notice was issued on 10th of December. 10th of December 2020.
In January. For 1 month, they did nothing, Mother.
That 10th of December notice was to
2020.
stop manufacture, but not using the drug is only on the 14th.
Well aware of the fact.
see the consequence of, see, why did the drug controller, where is that order? Page,
On page 41,
page 41.
Mm.
Deputy Director of Health Services.
So if he has to say that they have to stop manufacture, that means something is seriously wrong. So once this order should, what they should have done is not utilize any of the drugs manufactured by the company in any of the government hospitals. That should have been the circular which should have been issued. And return the stock or freeze the stock and keep it in safe place.
Yes. Yes. Milord, may I say this, Milord? Only another additional, Milord, information for the court.
Already pharma
Central Citizen teaches some tricks.
7 or 14 items, the same. The government was aware to take the same thing from the other company. So why they won't stop?
The stock should not have been.
No. Milord, the reports that I've handed out, the central reports, these are all after that. For ensuring that, Milord,
And he got the factory off. Now we have issued a stop.
But you can't bring back the life, sir. For all
Yes.
this.
Basically, it is on the concept of parents patria. The state is the father of the
All
country.
right. At least have you given some compensation for the?
Milord, we'll definitely give, Milord, the process will definitely be undertaken, Milord. There's no doubt
21-year-old.
about it.
The moment the stop manufacture order was passed by the deputy director,
Yes.
or the licensing authority and controlling authority of Siliguri, what they should have said is freeze all the stock.
There is a difficulty. I'll tell you, Lordship. The difficulty is overnight, Milord, we cannot, Milord, replace 30,000, 40,000, 50,000.
No. It's easily available. So there are several pharma companies.
No, that is why, Milord,
And
to
if
double
here-
check.
Here they say
Yes.
Paschim Banga pharmaceutical units so and so were supplying. Now already Pharma Impex Laboratories has agreed to supply 7 of 14 items.
Yes.
So in phased manner they could have
Yes.
and at least prevented the hospitals from using the stock which was manufactured prior to 10/12/2024.
Milord, these have been doubly checked, Milord, after all this happened. And Milord, we don't depend upon our laboratory. That's why I have not shown my reports. This is the central laboratory, and Milord tested in Mumbai.
Also,
They-
you file your supplementary
Yes.
affidavit, and in the meantime, the state shall disburse compensation.
My lord, one more thing. The state should file a report giving detail of the person upon which this medicine was administered. This saline was administered. If any future complication arises, the state should hold responsible, my lord. Treating a kidney disease, and I know my father was a kidney patient. Treating a kidney disease is not a cup. A poor man cannot do that. But the fault of the state, a poor person should not suffer.
And has had application.
I was referring to June 2015 when it was first flagged. This is the same doctor, Udayan Mitra. He had written to the superintendent, being a gynecologist, that this particular drug RL is causing problems. But after that, in 2016, they say that he has been irresponsible, and that's why a show cause notice was issued against him. There are still some good doctors in this world, and if somebody flags marks something way back in 2015, this is what happens to him.
There are 2 writ petitions, is it?
Yes, but I believe there are 3.
Which
Item
is
number 5, I'm happy.
all right. Item 4 and 5. These 2 writ petitions have been filed as public interest litigation, highlighting certain untoward incidents which occurred very recently to ladies who are admitted for delivering their babies in government hospital. And as on date, 2 of the ladies and 1 infant had died. The cause of death is stated to be a contaminated IV fluid being administered to the pregnant mothers, which is called as ringer lactase solution. Within bowlful and seal process. The petitioners pray for a impartial inquiry into the matter and for other reliefs. The petitioner in WPAP 10 of 2025 seeks leave to file a supplementary affidavit to bring certain facts on record. Leave granted to the petitioner to do so. It is rather disturbing to know that despite an order passed by the licensing authority and controlling authority of Siliguri Regional Office, Drugs Control West Bengal, on 10/12/2024, directing Paschim Banga Pharmaceutical Barista Banjia Limited, page number 41. Namely, the 12th respondent, 11th and 12th respondent, to stop manufacturing activities for commercial purpose till further orders. The Health Department of the state appears to have not taken immediate proactive action to suspend the usage of the drugs which were manufactured by the 11th and 12th respondent. This action appears to have been taken only on 14th of January 2025 by the Directorate of Health Services from a central medical store, by which a direction has been issued to all medical college and hospitals and chief medical officers, health of the districts, that all items procured through SMIS from the 12th respondent should not be used, even if available in stock, and all existing stock of the items supplied by the 12th respondent should be withdrawn from wards/hospitals until further orders, if not already done. We fail to understand as to why it took why?
One instruction where it was actually kind of, I'm so sorry, Milord. But the leftover stock has been withdrawn, freezed, and the same drug, whatever is there with the government, all have been freezed.
As why it took more than 10 days to pass an order to withdraw the existing stock. The learned advocate general appearing for the state on instructions would submit that now the stocks have been withdrawn. Be that as it may, both the petitions have flagged a very important issue, namely the safety and the health of the citizens of West Bengal, more particularly those who go to government medical hospitals for treatment. The learned Deputy Solicitor General on instruction submitted that action has been taken by the central government and the factory has been sealed and notices have been issued to the 11th and 12th respondent. All the action taken by the state as well as the center cannot bring back the lives which have been lost. The learned advocate appearing for the petitioner in WPAP 9 of 2025 submitted that the names of the patients to whom drugs manufactured by the 11th and 12th respondent should be disclosed before this court, since as per the medical opinion, the spurious or substandard drugs will have a long-term effect on the patients to whom it was administered, though they may be still not showing any serious symptoms. In any way, the state being a welfare state, should immediately disburse adequate compensation to the victim of the family of the deceased as a succor to them, though it cannot bring back the life of the people which are lost. The learned advocate general submitted that investigation has commenced and the matter has been entrusted to the CID. The learned advocate, senior advocate appearing for the petition WPAP 10 of 2025 has referred to an order passed by the Karnataka State Medical Supplies Corporation as early as on 22/3/2024, blacklisting the 12th respondent for a period of 3 years, commencing from the date of the said order. The learned senior advocate appearing for the 12th respondent submitted that the High Court of Karnataka has granted an order of stay of the order blacklisting of the 12th respondent. The learned advocates for the petition would submit that the 12th respondent has come to adverse notice in other states also where the drugs manufactured by them were supplied. In order to consider the prayers which have been sought for in both the petitions, we would direct the Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of West Bengal, through its to file a comprehensive report placing on record all facts, including the names of the patients to whom the drugs supplied by the 11th and 12th respondent were administered, which appear to be 7 in number. The appropriate authority of the central government shall also file a report as to the action taken against the 11th and 12th respondent. Liberty is also granted to the 11th and 12th respondent to file their affidavit. After the reports and the affidavit come on record, the court will consider as to what further directions are required to be issued. Who will file a report on behalf of the state?
It can be, my lord, the health secretary.
No, but then the health secretary has been implicated by name.
Allegations are taken against him.
Then the chief secretary can file. Or the joint secretary. There are other secretaries also.
But why have you implicated the home secretary, home department?
Home department, that is formal. The only person implicated by name is Mr. Nigam.
Hmm.
Because the buck stops with him, because he's the person who's in charge. It was him who had to go through this and make sure that it was withdrawn.
So instead of secretary health department, the chief secretary, government of West Bengal shall file a report. How much time you would require?
My lord, I am told, my lord, subject to your lordship's consideration, can you not take it as a delaying tactics? But the reports to come in will take another 30 days. Now,
No. You can see something has to be brought on record.
yes, yes.
That after
Then 2 weeks.
calamity happened,
2 weeks. Yes,
well, let that come on record.
Yes, yes.
Then we proceed. You can also file an affidavit.
And in the report, names of the person.
Yes, that you said.
Or may I be granted leave
But
to
one more thing, my lord, one more factual instruction. I do not know whether my lords have recorded it or not. But there has been no further death. There's only one death. It has been confirmed from SSKM right now, while your lordships were dictating
Today,
this.
just now I've got information.
What person is waiting?